Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Pepe Update today. Now today Pepe came to my technical target that I have been screaming for a very long time, 980, but there's one thing that is not good with Pepe and I want to talk about that very quickly here. Now let's zoom out on the daily time frame, and I've drawn this trend line for you in a long time before, and it looks like Pepe has the intention to move lower, right? The intention is very clear, unless today in the next 21 hours you don't push back up to 1047. If you go back up to 1047 today, I think that's going to be a very good sign, because all you did is maybe capitulate it down to just take stop losses, and then you can actually go back up again. So we still have chances. We still have 21 hours to close. But then again, the question is, what happens after 21 hours? What happens if you close red? What happens if you close at 874 in the next 21 hours, right? And if you do that, that's going to be bad. That's going to be very bad sign. I'm going to tell you why. So why is it a bad sign when you close at 874? Okay, to be precise, closing below 947, if you close below 947, that's going to be bad. So we have 21 hours to really do something, and if you go back up to 1049, that's the best scenario. It's a very minor change in here. I'm going to tell you in detail what I mean by all this. Okay, so first of all, let's do a reference here. Let's do a dragonfly doji, and I want to show you a dragonfly doji candlestick pattern, and that looks something like this, right? It looked like a dragonfly, and by the way, this is the best image that I can show you, this one right here. And you can see that very quickly you make that long wick and you have a downtrend, and very quickly you make a long wick at the end of the day, right? So that means we need the buyers in the next 21 hours to push the prices back up again and make this candle, create this candle that you are looking right now, right? It has to look something like this. Whether you're red, whether you're green, that's fine, right? And look what happens next. We need that T. We need the dragonfly to be made so that we can go back up again. This is what's going to happen next. We can save the day if the buyers push it up to 1047. 21 hours are left, and it can happen. But that also depends on Bitcoin. It depends on so many factors. But yes, let's just say you push back up again. You have really good chances of actually going back up. So that's the first scenario that can happen in the next 21 hours. The second scenario, the worst case scenario, which in my opinion is the intention right now, honestly, I'm gonna break your bubbles, and this is a break of a support right now, right? Again, we still need a closing to see how this one works out. But if you close below 950, then what you do is you create what? You're going to create 3 black crows. So that's going to be 3 red candles back to back, something like this, right? You're going to make this right here. Something like this is what you're looking for. 1, 2, 3 red candles, and then you continue with the downtrend. Okay. Another one. 1, 2, 3 candles, and then you go down. So that on the daily time frame is going to indicate that Pepe is ready to move even lower. So I'm giving you more and more references here, and that's what exactly you're going to be doing. So you're going to make 3 red candles, and especially closing below the support actually pretty much gives you 90% chances of continuing to go lower. What you're going to see is a close below 950, a little bit of a push back up to 1081, but that won't matter anymore, right? That won't make any difference. But that's going to be a retest. You're going to come up to maybe 1100 for the retest, and then continue to drop down. So where exactly are you going to drop down? The next level that you might actually be looking at is 389 on Pepe. Okay, that's where your lowest channel is going to be. And if you don't really believe in these channels and stuff, I have drawn all the channels that met the technical target. I want to give you reference. Solana, right? Solana had the channel. broke the channel and went to the technical target of the channel. And what do I mean by this? If I go back on the 1 hour time frame, here it is. So this is a small little glimpse of what can happen. So we had this channel right over here, and I did actually trade Solana back in the day. So you can see this was a sideways movement, and it broke to the downside. You lost support, you went for the retest, and you went all the way down in the future to that technical target. If I was back in time, I could have told you that, okay? And it happened. It came down there later on. It took some few days, but it actually went down there, okay? Another one is SUI. So let's look at what SUI is actually doing. If you look at SUI, and I was drawing the trend line for SUI the other day, and this one also still had a channel, and the channel actually, look at that, okay? It actually came to the technical target. So you were making the climb to the upside. I saw it was breaking down. Boom, it actually went all the way down to where that channel actually started. This is why I'm telling you, if you do end up messing up with the closings, that's going to be bad. What are the chances? Another question, Adam, what are the chances that we are going to see this going down there, right? Now, I want you to think as a trader. I don't want you to think as a long-term holder or anything. If we go with long-term holding, I'm still holding my coins that I bought a long time ago, and I'm probably back at my entries right now. I'm not even in profit anymore. Probably back to the entries that I took 2 years ago, right? But now when you think as a trader, right, you want to take advantage of if this thing is actually going to move all the way to the downside. And what are the possibilities? Possibilities is with Bitcoin. The problem here, guys, it's Bitcoin. And when I say the problem is Bitcoin, it is because Bitcoin has a CME gap at $77,000. So if, and I want you to listen to this carefully, if the big players, the whales, whatever, the market makers, if they have the intention to drop it to $77,000, which is there, the intention is actually there. Their intention is to drop it to maybe 77K. Maybe this is the perfect time to actually do so, because at 77K you go and close the gap, and that's where you could find your bottom. But you see, understand this, by the time you go to 77K, how much of a drop is this going to be from the current prices? That is going to be nearly a 16% move down, and 16% move down for Bitcoin can actually mean even 40% move down for Pepe, right? So if Pepe was to move again and it actually goes all the way down to that lower channel, that can be 52%. So these are kind of matching with one another. And for some reason, we could even actually see retest of the previous all-time high at 69K. But 2025 is not over. And I personally think that whatever bloodbath we're having, whatever is going on, it is going to last for maybe February. That's it. After February should be the bottom of this year alone, but time will tell. But my personal take, even I was speaking about this to so many members, even on the private, that whatever is going to happen, February should end all of this thing, and March is going to start to reverse back to the upside, and then April, May, June, whatever, those are going to be much better months. Now keep in mind that a market can recover in 3 days. I mean, look, the market can do something like this. While you're looking at this, keep in mind that this can also happen in the future, right? So if you're looking at something like that, you can also be expecting something like this in the future. So it's not a big deal. Crypto is unpredictable. If you couldn't predict this, you certainly won't be able to predict that as well. And it's probably going to happen, I can tell you that. So that's all for the video on Pepe. I'm going to see you in the next one, office.